What is going on, guys? This is Joey. I'm coming at you another video today. Happy Thanksgiving for all you guys. I know that I ate a lot yesterday. Hope you guys enjoyed that turkey. For this week, I was able to tackle another rescape project that I've been wanting to do for a while now. This kind of got pushed back for a while just because I knew that was going to be kind of a bigger task. I just kind of didn't want to do it for a while, but anyways, I had to do it. But before I show you guys that montage or that clip of the whole rescape project, so I have some bad news to kind of share with you guys. I did lose 3 of my Ultimate Angels out of the 6 that I have, so I basically lost half of them. A few weeks ago, I did a water change, a pretty big water change, and I normally do kind of like a hydrogen peroxide like mist around the perimeter of the edge. But because I did a larger water change, I guess the fish were kind of reacting a little bit differently because I didn't, I guess, control the proportions that I normally do, because I normally only do like a 20%. This time I did like over 50-60%, and I was just trying to do a better clean. I do that once in a while, nothing I guess too drastic, but I forgot to adjust pretty much the hydrogen peroxide ratios. 2 of the fish in there pretty much died. So after I filled up the water, 2 of the fish were acting kind of funny. Took them out, kind of put them on the side of a different tank to make sure that they were doing okay. The next day they both died, and that's due to probably the hydrogen peroxide and the basically large water change, basically fluctuating the pH, because my pH is pretty high and the tank is pretty, I guess, low, especially with the CO2. So I think the swings in there kind of just killed the fish. The third guy had probably the worst death out of all of them. About a week later after that incident, was kind of bummed about that. I noticed that one of the Ultimate Angels had something in its mouth, like its mouth was like fully open, had something in there, and I went to look a little bit closer, and it was an auto. Like this angelfish decided to eat the whole autofish. So the whole autofish was kind of just stuck in his mouth. I noticed that, he couldn't swallow it completely, couldn't spit it out because, the auto's fins kind of like blocked that fish from eating it completely. So I went in and tried to manually remove it or try to help out the fish. But, like I said, that fin was kind of like this and it wouldn't go back. So I was like, well, I can't pull it out, so I'm just gonna, leave it there until like it basically disintegrates, right? It kind of just disappears, and let the fish eat it by itself. Well, 3 days pass and that fish is still stuck in his mouth. Pretty much that fish got like a mouth infection or some sort of infection because it was always wide open, couldn't really breathe well, couldn't eat for those 3 days, probably stressed as heck because couldn't get this freaking auto out of his mouth, and decided to kill this auto for no reason, and I guess it's karma. And this fish pretty much died from that, which is kind of bumming. So now I'm down with just 3 Ultims. I was talking about this in the past, saying that I was going to stock that tank a little bit more, just because 6 angelfish doesn't look like a lot in that tank. And actually I was going to probably put in a couple more Ultims down the road, but now since I lost 3, I only have 3 in there and it looks really bare. So I think I'm going to put in additional Ultims, so probably a total of 9. So 6 to 9, so 3 more pretty much. And so pretty much I'm going to get those replaced probably in a couple weeks now. I'm going to place an order just because they're on sale right now. Go to quarantine and then I'll probably place them in there. So which leads to the actual rescape. So the rescape is going to be on the Ultimate Angelfish tank. As you all know, angelfish gets really big, really large, actually a lot larger than this gets in terms of fin to finnage. Initially when I made the scape, I wasn't really sure what fish I was going to keep in there. I knew that I was going to keep a bunch of narrowfish initially, and I did, and I decided to go to angelfish. And at the time, they were much smaller, which is fine, but they're getting a lot bigger, and as they get bigger, they kind of need more room to swim. And a lot of the rocks were blocking them, so I kind of wanted to go to a simpler scape, and kind of lower the actual scape a little bit so that they have more area height-wise and more, I guess, area on one side of the tank. My idea going to the rescape is to really just pull out the right side of the tank and just leave the left side of the tank, because I kind of like the angled rocks of the Sirius stones. So when you guys are watching the video of me rescaping here, initially in mind, I wanted to kind of just keep it as is and just kind of work around it, but it just didn't work out. So I had to really pull up everything, pull up all the plants, remove all the fish as best as I could. And I was doing a lot of it, and halfway through I would see a fish and I'd just grab them and put them out. So that's the idea of the scape. So I hope you guys enjoy the rescape.
Ice cold, I'm swimming against the tide. I wanna forget you, but you pull me in. I know this ocean is far too wide. I wanna forget you, let me forget you. Push and pull, but you repel me, giving up this fight. Love and hate, we've blurred the lines. I'm giving up this fight.
Alright guys, and that is the finished rescape of the tank. As you can see, I kept the same concept for the most part, but I actually ended up realigning some of the rocks a little bit differently than before because I had some bigger pieces that were kind of taking a lot of space. I removed a lot of that out. I removed a lot of other stuff out, so I hope the scape works a little bit better for the angels in the future, especially when they get a lot bigger. This time around, I didn't want to put any stem plants because I want to put a nice carpeted layer of bushy plants, and then the rest of the height of the tank will be all free space for the fish to swim out. Let me know what you guys think about the scape. Leave a comment below. If you guys like the video, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. And until next time guys, peace.